Officially, I welcome you to Zomerzang, the do-over. It's wonderful to have a chance for a do-over, and I'm glad that all of you are gonna get a chance to jump in on this, because you missed out through my fault, and I'm glad to make it up to you. I do want to give a little message from our sponsor and encourage you to make a donation to the Medieval Women's Choir. We've decided not to charge for these sessions. This is our community service, but you know, the choir has had to cancel 2 concerts so far, and we have no idea when we'll be able to sing in the same room again and rehearse and hold a public concert. And the concert income is a good part of our budget. So I do encourage you to make a donation. You can go to medievalwomenschoir.org and tell them I sent you. Yes. Okay, let's stand up a little bit and warm up, or sit there and warm up. And I need to stretch my neck out because I've been sitting all day, right where I'm going to be sitting now, and get my shoulders loosened up. And you all know what you need to do to get yourself standing up straight, sitting up straight. Now with me. April, I'm going to ask you to mute yourself at this point.
I'm sorry, what?
Would you mute yourself, please?
I am mute.
Oh, okay. I don't see the little icon, so I'll trust you. All right. Okay. Here's one. All right, let's go a little lower now, starting maybe together. that's low enough for me. That's lower than we're going to be singing. So that should get us warmed up. So I want you to imagine that you've just arrived. You're a 14th century person. You live in the 14th century, and you just arrived after a long journey at the place that's pictured behind me. At least at that location. In the 14th century, that building wasn't there, but those mountains were. Those jagged, serrated mountains called Montserrat. And as you arrive, the monks greet you, and they're going to teach you a song to sing, because they want you to sing appropriate songs while you're here visiting this most holy place. So you can get out from your music Laudemus Virginem. Looks like that. And let's go over the text first. Laudemus Virginem Mater est. And now say it with me. Laudemus Virginem Mater est. Et eius filius Jesus est. Et eius filius Jesus est. Plangamus celera acriter. Plangamus celera acriter. And there's a typo in this next line. Jesum does not have that funny little s after it. Sperantes in Jesum jugiter. Sperantes in Jesum jugiter. And it goes like this. Laudemus Virginem Mater est, et eius filius Jesus est, plangamus celera acriter, sperantes in Jesum jugiter. That's it. That's the whole melody. You ready to try that? Starting here. 1, 2. Laudemus Virginem Mater est, et eius filius Jesus est, plangamus celera acriter, sperantes in Jesum jugiter. Okay. Let's do that one more time. Starting here. 1, 2. Laudemus Virginem Mater est, et eius filius Jesus est, plangamus celera acriter, sperantes in Jesum jugiter. So one of the wonderful things about this little song is that it also works as a round. So let's try that as a 2-part round, and we are going to be aided by a recording that I've made of myself singing it. So the recording will start, and then we'll follow in. And the interval is Laudemus, Laudemus. Okay, you got that? And so you and I will be together, and my little recording will be one. I'm turning my speaker on. Okay, this little speaker is where the sound, the music goes round and round, and it's going to come out here. And there's the sound file. And there it goes. So it's give us our pitches. Laudemus, Laudemus, Materens, Etius, Jesus, Stergum, Sangem, Acquitem, Speres, you know, I like this. I like this size of group. I can see what everybody's been doing. I can see that you're hanging in there. You're singing along. I get feedback. It's so hard to do this, to lead a group when you don't have a little feedback. So I can see you all. I can see what you're doing. I see that you're hanging in there. You're not flailing around. You might be flailing around audibly, but I don't hear it. So let's do that again. That was fun. Laudemus, laudemus, Materens, Etius, Jesus, Stergum, Sangem, Acquitem, Speres, Jesus, Okay, you ready to raise the bar a little bit? 3 parts. Recording first, you second, and me third. I will get you started to get your entrance, and then I'll jump to the third part if I remembered to do it. I had a little trouble with this Monday. I got so bonded when I came in on the second part, I didn't want to leave. But let's see if I can remember to do it, okay? So here's our big extravaganza, 3 parts. Laudemus, laudemus, Materens, Etius, Materens, Etius, Angelus, Etius, Angelus, Serentes, Serentes, You survived. You're smiling. Okay, let's do that again. It's fun, isn't it? Laudemus, laudemus, Materens, Etius. I screwed it up. Let's do it again for me, see if I can do it right. Concentrate, concentrate. Laudemus, 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 Etius, Materens, Etius, Angelus, Etius, Angelus, Serentes, Serentes, in Jesum lucite. Okay, one more time, just to prove to myself I really can do it right twice in a row, which I never did do on Monday. I couldn't do it twice in a row. Concentrate. Laudemus, 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 Etius, Materens, Etius, Angelus, Etius, Angelus, Serentes, Serentes, in Jesum lucite. Yay, I did it! I did it! Woohoo! Woohoo! I'm excited. I'm so happy when I actually do something right. Okay. Now, I want to give you a little background about the manuscript that we are singing music from tonight and in the next few weeks. So this monastery at Montserrat was founded in the 11th century. It's a Benedictine abbey. And the Montserrat is about 30 miles northwest of Barcelona in Catalonia. And its big feature for the pilgrimages is a statue of a Black Madonna, not of a Black Madonna, a black wooden statue of the Madonna, who has been called the patroness of Catalonia. And she was carved from wood, and it's believed that the black color is just what has happened to the wood over the centuries. Since the 12th century, Montserrat, the abbey, has had a scriptorium, and it was very active in the 14th and the 15th centuries, compiling manuscripts and copying manuscripts. And there are records that indicate that by the 19th century, there were thousands of manuscripts in their scriptorium, in their library. And unfortunately, in 1811, during the Napoleonic Wars, there was a fire that destroyed the abbey and everything that was in the scriptorium. All of that gone, done. And there was this one manuscript that had been sent away to be rebound. And so it was saved. And when it came back, it was rebound with its new red velvet cover. And so it was called the Red Book, or the Libra Vermel. So this is where this manuscript got its name. And there's a bunch of stuff in it, kind of a variety of stuff. But one of the things is there is some admonishment to the pilgrims. It's not unusual for a popular pilgrimage destination to have manuscripts that have instructions for the pilgrims on how to behave and what to do and what not to do. And this is what it says. Because the pilgrims wish to sing and dance while they keep their watch at night in the Church of the Blessed Mary of Montserrat, and also in the light of day, and in the church, no songs should be sung unless they are chaste and pious. For that reason, these songs that appear here have been written, and these should be used modestly, and take care that no one who keeps watch in prayer and contemplation is disturbed. So the songs were written for the pilgrims to have something appropriately chaste and pious to sing and to dance. And then also later in the manuscript, the pilgrims are admonished that on their way home, they should refrain from frivolous songs and evil dances. I guess they didn't approve of the Macarena. I don't know. Who knows? So this manuscript, the Libra Vermel, is not, as music manuscripts go, is not huge, but it has 10 pieces of music, all of which are quite charming and lovely. And I think we're gonna be looking at 7 of those this summer. You've just done one. Check that one off your list, check. So I would like us to turn now to our second song, which is Stella Splendens. Trying to move everything that I'm not using out of the way so I don't stumble over it. So this is a song that actually talks about the splendid star. The third page is the text and translations, the splendid star on the serrated mountain, which is Montserrat. Shining wonders like a sunbeam, hear the people. And it goes on and it lists all the people that might be coming here to pay their respects to the Black Madonna. And there's even a verse that counts all the kinds of women that come. That's the good news. The bad news is there's only one verse that mentions women. I guess we should feel glad we got a whole verse, you know? I think that's just more of their viewpoint about the roles of women, and we're certainly more limited. And it's not that they're not important, but you know, queens and countesses and illustrious ladies, powerful, those are important people. But the variety of roles isn't as big. Women weren't in, they didn't have jobs, they didn't have professions, at least that we can talk about in polite company. So, all right, let's look at this. Let's just start, we're going to start with a refrain. I'll just read you the Latin and you read it back. Stella splendens in monte ut solis radium. Stella splendens in monte ut solis radium. Miraculis serato exaudi populum. Miraculis serato exaudi populum. And while we're doing text, let's just get the first verse out of the way too. And then we can just focus on singing. Concurrunt universi gaudentes populi. Concurrunt universi gaudentes populi. Divites et geni grandes et parvuli. Divites et geni grandes et parvuli. Ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi. Ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi, et inde revertuntur gratiis repleti. Et inde revertuntur gratiis repleti. Okay, let's learn the refrain. We're going to do it one part at a time. So this is the top part. And it goes like this. Stella splendens in monte ut solis radium miraculi serato exaudi populum. Okay? Try that with me. Starting here, 1, 2. Stella splendens in monte ut solis radium miraculi serato exaudi populum. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2. Stella splendens in monte ut solis radium miraculi serato exaudi populum. Okay. Now let's learn the bottom part. The top and the bottom parts in this song, one is not higher than the other. They both have the same range and they cross. So ultimately you choose whichever one you like. But for now, we're all going to learn the bottom part. Stella splendens in monte ut solis radium miraculi serato exaudi populum. I always think this part is just about as jagged and serrated as the mountain itself. Let's try that together. Starting here, 1, 2. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium miraculis serato, exaudi populum. One more time. This one doesn't kind of roll off the tongue quite as smoothly as the top line. And my throat is really dry tonight. And I don't want to start coughing because these days, if somebody with a dry throat starts coughing, everybody around them gets really nervous. I don't want you to get nervous. All right, starting here. 1, 2. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium miraculis serato, exaudi populum. Okay, raising the bar. We're going to do this the refrain in 2 parts. You can choose whichever part you want. It doesn't matter. This is the beauty of the virtual choir. You can all sing the same part and the balance will be perfect. I am going to sing the top part and my recording is going to do the bottom line. So the recording is going to give us pitches and then count 1, 2, and we will come in. So there's the refrain. And we start it. 1, 2. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium miraculis serato, exaudi populum. So far, so good. I'm curious, how many sang the top part? Raise your hand. How many sang the bottom part? Well, I don't know. We might, with Suzanne and me, we might have been able to balance the 3 of you. I don't know how, Deborah and Anna, I don't know how strong your voices are, but we'll see. Okay, let's do that again. That was fun. You can switch parts if you want. You don't have to. I don't really care. One, 2. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium miraculis serato, exaudi populum. Excellent. One more time. Just to lock it in for good. Make sure we don't forget. One, 2. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium miraculis serato, exaudi populum. Excellent. So far, so good. Okay, we're moving on to the verse, and we'll start with the top part. Concurrunt universi cadentes populi, divites et geni, grandes et parvuli, ipsum ingrediunt ut cernunt oculi, et intere virtunt gratiis repleti. Do you recognize that melody when we got to Ipsum? Sound familiar? This is a common form. Excuse me while I stop that. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2. Concurrunt universi cadentes populi divites et geni grandes et parvuli ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi et intervertuntur gratiis repleti. One more time. Concur, 1, 2. Concurrunt universi cadentes populi divites et geni grandes et parvuli ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi et intervertuntur gratiis repleti. Excellent. Okay. Now you know that part very well. That you may not sing, but you know it well. All right, the bottom part starts here. Concurrunt universi cadentes populi divites et geni grandes et parvuli ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi et intervertuntur gratiis repleti. Okay, that's how it goes. Let's try it again together. I think you were singing along, but just to be sure. Starting here. 1, 2. Concurrunt universi cadentes populi divites et geni grandes et parvuli ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi et intervertuntur gratiis repleti. Okay, one more time through, just this part. Starting here. 1, 2. Concurrunt universi cadentes populi divites et geni grandes et parvuli ipsum ingrediuntur ut cernunt oculi et intervertuntur gratiis repleti. So, you feeling pretty good with that? You look pretty confident. So you know what comes next. So we're going to do that in 2 parts. Same drill. The recording will play the bottom part. I will take the top part. Recording will give us pitches and then count 1, 2, and we'll come in. 1, 2. Gaudentes populi, vivites et geni, grandes et parvuli, ipsum ingrediuntur, ut senud oculi, et in Dei revertutur, gratiis repleti. Excellent. Let's do that again. 1, 2. Concurrut universi, gaudentes populi, vivites et geni, grandes et parvuli, ipsum ingrediuntur, ut senud oculi, et in Dei revertutur, gratiis repleti. Okay, so what comes after that is, you see there's a DC at the end of that, and that's shorthand for da capo, which is Italian for the head, which means go back to the beginning. So after we do the verse, we go back to the beginning and do the refrain again. So let's try the whole roadmap. Refrain, the verse, and then back to the refrain. You up for that? Click on my sound file that says Stella Splendens, the whole tamale. All right. Doesn't really say tamale, but I just thought I'd throw that in. 1, 2. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium, miraculis serato, exaudi populum, concurrut universi, gaudentes populi, vivites et geni, grandes et parvuli, ipsum ingrediuntur, ut senud oculi, et in Dei revertutur, gratiis repleti. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radium, miraculis serato, exaudi populum. Hey, we did it. Yeah, let's do that again. Yes, it's fun. I just really love, I gotta say, it's true that when I'm not with the music I love the music I'm with. But I come to this manuscript. I love the music of this manuscript so much, and it's one of my favorite repertoires out of everything, all the music in the whole world that I've heard. The Liber Vermel is some of my favorite music. And I'm so happy to share it with you. Nancy and Suzanne, I started planning on doing the Liber Vermel in the middle of our choir last summer. I was so ready to do it. And bummed when the pandemic hit and we weren't going to be able to do it in person, but I'm glad that we were able to get a little time to do it virtually. Shorter, but still doing it. Yes, intensive. Okay. Let's do that one more time, just because I like it. It's my choir. We do what I like. One, two. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radio, miraculis terrato, exaudi populum, concurrutur diversi, cadentes populi, divites et geni, grandes et parvuli, ipsum ingrediuntur, ut celum oculi, et in deres rectuntur, gratiis repleti. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radio, miraculis terrato, exaudi populum. Wonderful. You up for one more time? Yeah, yeah. One more time. One more time. One, two. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radio, miraculis terrato, exaudi populum, concurrutur diversi, cadentes populi, divites et geni, grandes et parvuli, ipsum ingrediuntur, ut celum oculi, et in deres rectuntur, gratiis repleti. Stella splendens in monte, ut solis radio, miraculis terrato, exaudi populum. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on to, excuse me, Mariam Matrem. And this one comes with two extra parts that are accompaniment parts. So we believe them to be instrumental parts, and we will not have instruments with us tonight. I think we're going to next week, though. I think we're going to be able to have the House Vielle Band record the accompaniment for us. Since my husband plays vielle and I hack at vielle, so together we can maybe get this out. We've been practicing. I've been practicing a lot. Michael's been doing just fine. Okay, so let's go over the text. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite concorditer. Iesum Christum extolite concorditer. And that is the text for the refrain. And then there's a verse. Oh, I just found another typo. Right here where it says Maria ah. There's only one ah in that Maria. So the A in Maria, the A before the hyphen, take that one out. You can cross that one out. Okay. Maria seculi asylum defende nos. Together. Maria seculi asylum defende nos. Then there's a typo in the next line where it says tutum. That's totum. That's supposed to be totum. Jesu totum refugium exaudi nos. Jesu totum refugium exaudi nos. Iam estis nos totaliter diffugium. Iam estis nos totaliter diffugium. Totum mundi confugium realiter. Totum mundi confugium realiter. Okay, that's the text and the first verse. And it goes like this. Maria matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite concorditer. Okay, try that with me. Starting here. 1, 2. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite concorditer. Okay, one more time. 1, 2. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite concorditer. Feel pretty good about that? Okay, let's go on to the verse. Maria seculia silum defende nos. Iesum totum refugium exaudi Realite. You hear how the refrain melody comes back again at the end of the verse? It's a very common structure in music at this time. And we see this structure in almost all of the cantigas de Santa Maria, of which there are over 400 of those. And I think two more of the pieces in the Libra Vermel have this structure. And it's used all through Spain, all throughout Europe, and in France and Italy. It's called, in Spain, it's called the villancico form. In France, it's called the virelai form, but it's the same form. Okay, let's try the verse together. Maybe you sang with me, maybe you didn't. Starting here. 1, 2. Maria seculia silum defendemus. Jesu totum refugium exadenos iamistis nos totaliter diffugium. Totum mundi confugium realiter. Yeah, one more time through that, and then we'll loop back and take the refrain, because we know that it goes back to the refrain, okay? Once again, starting on the verse right here. 1, 2. Oh, Suzanne? Suzanne's leaving us. She came Monday, but she came in late. So she's leaving us now. Bye. See you next week. All right. We'll sing you off. 1, 2. Maria seculia silum defendemus. Jesu totum refugium exademus iamistis nos totaliter diffugium. Totum mundi confugium realiter. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite concordite. Okay, well done. Let's do the whole thing now. Refrain, verse, refrain. Okay, okay? Check the pitch. Everybody, like that. 1, 2. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum ex
totum mundi confugium realiter. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite, concordite.
One more time. I just love this. This may be one of my favorite pieces ever. It's so pretty. Wait till you hear it with the yells. You'll just love it. Okay, once more. Maria. 1, 2. Maria, matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite, concordite. Maria seculia silum defende nos. Esum totum refugium exare nos, iam estis nos totaliter diffugium. Totum mundi confugium realiter. Mariam matrem virginem atolite. Iesum Christum extolite, concordite. A little artistic liberty with a retard at the end. Hope you followed me. Okay, that was fun. All right. Now let's move to the last piece that I sent you, which is Yatzet Granum, which is not from the Liber Vermel. It's from the Serum ritual. I really wanted to have at least one piece that we worked on in this group of Zoom sessions that we sang plain chant, because so much of medieval music is plain chant. Most of it is plain chant. And even though all of the Liber Vermel is written with rhythms and is metered, has meter and rhythms, most of medieval music isn't like that. And I thought it was really good to have a little exposure to singing plain chant too. So what you have for you, it's a responsory from the Office of St. Thomas Becket from Canterbury. And Canterbury is also a destination for pilgrims. So as medieval pilgrims, it's appropriate that we go to Canterbury too. Maybe not in the same summer that we go to Montserrat, but we certainly would do that. And if you don't have a high voice and you're looking at this and how high it goes and you're freaking out, do not worry, because we're taking it down a minor third and it's starting on G. Does anybody here have perfect pitch? No. I had someone on Monday who told me after we were done that she was having to transpose because we have perfect pitch. So thanks to the magic of Sibelius, I gave her her own personal transposed version so that she can actually read the notes the way she's supposed to. Who knew having perfect pitch was such a problem? But it is, you know. And for those who sing Baroque music, and a lot of Baroque music is not performed at A440, it's down half a step or lower. That's a real problem if you have perfect pitch. You're transposing down a half step. It's a real problem. Okay, so we're only going to do the refrain of this, but it stretches over a lot of lines. Let's just go over the text. Iacet granum oppressum palea. Iacet granum oppressum palea. Justus sesus pravorum framea. Justus sesus pravorum framea. Celum domo commutans lutea. That lutea takes a long time. Celum domo commutans lutea. Okay, and goes like this. We'll just do the first little bit. Iacet granum. So just doing the Iacet. Iacet. Let's do that together. Iacet. Again. Iacet. Deborah and Anne, have you ever sung music like this before? That's unmeasured, and so you're used to this? Okay, good. One more time. Iacet, and then granum together. Granum. Let's try all of that. Iacet granum. Once more. Iacet granum. And then we move on. Oppressum. Together. Oppressum. Again. Oppressum. And then palea. Together. Palea. Once more. Sorry. Palea. Okay, let's do that whole line. Oppressum palea. Oppressum palea. Yeah, once more. Oppressum palea. Okay, let's start at the beginning and go that far. Starting here. Iacet granum oppressum palea. Yeah, once more. Iacet granum oppressum together.
Justus.
Again.
Justus.
And once more.
Justus.
And then
Jesus. Jesus.
again.
Jesus.
So let's do that line starting with Justus.
Justus. Jesus.
Again.
Justus. Jesus.
And one more time.
Justus. Jesus.
And going on from there. Together. Once more. And then it goes on. So let's break that up in two. First, that little descending scale. Together. Again. And then. Again on the A. Once more. Okay, back to Fra. Starting here. Now that whole line with Bravorum starts here, Let's do that again. I'll remember to breathe after Bravorum. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and go that far. Starting here. Let me check. We crept up just a hair, trying to get into my comfort zone. Starting here. Jad sed granum oppressum Palea. Justus Jesus. Okay, moving on. So let's break that up. First the first note and the two little gestures. Okay, again. Once more. And then again. Once more. Okay, let's do all of Salem. Starting here. And again. And one more time. And then starting here. Again. Let's do that whole line. Selum domo. Starting here. Once more. And then on to commutans. Commutans. Together. Commutans. And again. Commutans. And that last little bit of commutans really wants to go on to let's do that part. Again here. So back to commutans. Commutans. We just get a little ecstatic there, don't we? This music is really contrasting with the Liber Vermel music, which, you know, the Liber Vermel manuscript is blatantly for the pilgrims, for the people. And this is definitely not for the common folk. This is for the trained singers. And I'm sure the singers at Canterbury were pretty hotsy-totsy. Yeah. Okay. So where were we? Commutans. Commutans. And then we go on with more ooh on the next line. Let's do that together. Once more. And now we go on. Again. Once more. Let's do that line starting from there. And then it goes on. So that little, starting with that little scale up from the F here. Let's go back to the beginning of that line with a little more water. We're starting here. Now let's go back and start with Lu of Lutea. And now back to Komutans.
Komutans.
Okay, moving back to Selum Nomo. Let's do that much again, starting with Selum. Starting here. Ready to try the whole thing? At least the whole refrain. Again, I have crept up just the microtone. I personally prefer this at pitch, but I don't think my audience would appreciate that. Okay, the whole tamale.
Jacet grano oppressum alia justus Jesus bravorum
Hey, you hung in there. Way to go. Let's try that again. Take a deep breath. I held my pitch that time. 2 points for me. Ready?
Jacet grano oppressum palia justus Jesus bravorum
Excellent. And the form would then be, we would go on and sing the verse that starts with Kadi Kustos. And then you see that great big asterisk. That tells us to go back to that other great big asterisk, which starts at Selum Domo, which is where the tune got really exciting and ecstatic. So that will be the form. Next time we visit the piece, we'll learn the verse and do the whole form. And we were very efficient tonight, and it's not even 8:30 yet. So let's do some review. You up for that? Let's do Laudemus. The paper disappeared. Can I do it from memory? I bet I can. I can probably sing that song in my sleep. Okay, I have to get my accessories up for this. The speaker turned itself off. The monitor turned itself off. Okay. Speakers up. Recording's up. Recording starts.
Laudemus, 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 Jesus, laudemus, Agnatus, sedentus, Christum, sedentus, in Jesum, Logite.
Good. Yeah, let's do that again. You want to switch parts with me? Sure, let's try that. I'll go second. You come in on your own third.
Laudemus, 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 in Deus, Jesus, Agnatus, sedentus, Spiritum, Logite, Logite.
How'd you like it that way? Do you have a preference? I kind of like being second. At least when I can't hear you guys singing, I like being second because I like being able to follow the recording. Okay, let's move on to Stella Splendens. That I do have here. And we're going to be able to just jump in and do the whole thing, right? Sure, why not? I think of this as like the big procession around the whole grounds and maybe through the church and everything. It's definitely a song for walking. One, two.
Stella splendens in monte, ut soli fradium, miraculis terrato, exaudi populum, concurrut universi, cadentes populi, divites et egeni, grandes et parvoli, ipsum ingrediuntur, ut cernum populi, et in deles lectuntur, gratiis repleti. Stella splendens in
take a vote. Do you want to do this again, or do you want to do Maria Matrim? Who wants to do this again? Who wants to do Maria Matrim? Majority rules, sorry, Deborah. All right, Maria Matrim wins by a nose. By the way, bit of trivia. Long time ago, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years ago, I remember watching an old movie on television, an old production of Lord of the Flies. And it wasn't a very good movie, but it was a rainy Saturday, I think, and I was bored, and I didn't have cable. And I started listening to the background music, and I realized, that's Stella Splendens. The composer picked up melodies from the Liber Vermel and put them into the score. It wasn't credited. I watched the credits like a hawk to see if he credited the Liber Vermel. He didn't, but he picked up tunes from the Liber Vermel and put it with the Lord of the Flies. I think the movie was made in the 70s or the 80s. So if you ever have time to kill watching a movie that's not particularly good but has a cool score, watch the Lord of the Flies. Holding our pitch now. Okay, this is Maria Matrim. 1, 2.
Mariam Matrem Virginem Atolite Iesum Christum extolite concordite Maria seculia silum defende nos Iesum totum refugium exade nos iamistis nos totaliter diffugium totum mundi confugium realiter Mariam Matrem Virginem Atolite Iesum Christum extolite concordite. Nice, nicely done. Hey, you can unmute yourselves now. You may unmute yourselves if you have questions, if you have comments, if you just want to talk.
Just want to say thank you very much. This was really fun.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Appreciate you holding a makeup session tonight.
Hey,
Yes, I
The
do
big
too, because I
secret-
couldn't make it Monday.
Yeah,
the
I couldn't
big
log in.
secret is, this is fun for me, even doing it again. It's not exactly the same experience as it was on Monday, because on Monday I had a lot more adrenaline in my system. I was hyped up. It is actually going to work the way I think it's going to. Am I going to be able to get through it? And there was a larger number of people. We had about 35 at the
Wow.
most.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
great.
big group.
And
Yeah.
actually, that's not nearly as many as registered
Oh.
for it. I had over 60 people register, but people sign up for something, it's free, and if they can't make it, or maybe they couldn't get in and they weren't able to come tonight, or they didn't see the email today. So, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight it's, well, for one thing, there were no technical glitches tonight. On Monday, I spent a lot of time asking people to unmute themselves. Somehow they kept getting unmuted. And
Oh,
so I had
dear.
to ask people to mute themselves so that we didn't get interference. So, it got bogged down a little bit with technical things, but this is fun.
Oh,
I'm doing this because I love this music and I love sharing it. I love teaching people to do it and sharing it and seeing my friends. I make friends, Nancy Quincy there and Suzanne. Suzanne joined the Medieval Women's Choir decades ago, as did Nancy decades ago.
I was 93, 1993.
Yeah,
Wow.
very, very early. That was like the second year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was, yeah. And she went away to do other things, and I did too. And I came back about 5-6 years ago when our new director came in, and he's wonderful. He's just
Oh,
wonderful.
that's great.
Yeah. So I
So
really love
were most of the people Monday night, do they sing in the medieval women's chorus?
some of them,
Mhm.
and some of them are just people from all over. Scott, our executive director, he greeted everybody on Monday, but I didn't ask him to show up tonight, to show up again.
Yeah,
because
I found out about this through Sine Nomine, which is a group that I sing in. And
Yeah.
so this information was forwarded out to a whole bunch of singers. And I
Yeah,
thought,
well, he
wow.
sent out an email to a list he had, and he posted it on Facebook.
Mhm.
And one of our members, Alice Dubiel, had posted it on Twitter, and it's got around. We had other registrants. We have 2 people from Juneau, Alaska,
Oh, cool.
and one of them I know is here. We had 3 men join us, and
Uh-huh.
it's again the virtue of this virtual format is that we can have people singing in a different octave, and it doesn't affect anything except their experience.
Hmm. Yeah,
So-
I might talk my husband into doing it. He's a bass, but he likes early music. So
He
this
could, he can do it. It would be
Yeah.
lovely to have him. It would be wonderful to have 2 people sharing a screen, or if he wants to do on his own, link, sure, absolutely share the link with him.
great.
And I have a woman from Florida that signed up. I don't know if she was on the session or not, and 3 people from Oregon.
Mhm.
So yeah, just people from all over.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, this is fun, and you don't get to do this type of music very often, especially in a format like this, where it's virtual, and you get to learn, you get to sing, meet people.
But there's no pressure, there's no commitment.
Exactly. If you screw up, nobody's going to know.
Well, hey, think about joining the Medieval Women's Choir.
Yeah. What night do you rehearse normally?
Monday nights
Monday nights.
Yeah.
In the real world, yeah.
in the real world, but except we're not going to be in the real world for a while.
No.
We started virtual rehearsals in April,
Mm-hmm.
so we were rehearsing through Zoom, and we were keeping the songs we'd been working on fresh, and working on some new repertoire, so that when we're back together again and can start rehearsing for a concert,
Mm-hmm.
we'll just at that point we'll just be polishing things, I hope.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, it's good to be able to keep doing that. So.
It's so hard. It's so heartbreaking that
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing that we love to do is a very dangerous thing to do. And I'm, the other side of my musical hat is that I'm a recorder player, which is probably just as dangerous.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
even
it's-
consider.
Yeah.
so-
I was scheduled to lead a big recorder group in the middle of April, and I was leading the charge on that one. Said, please, I think we really should cancel in early March. I was saying I really think we ought to cancel.
Yeah, I think everybody by March feeling the pain of it,
Yeah.
We canceled our concert like 4 days before we were supposed to give it, so we were ready to go. And then
Well,
that was hard.
we didn't have, we canceled ours a little over a week before, but it was before Eric would have gotten on an airplane and come up to Seattle for a week of intensive rehearsals.
Yeah.
But that was also the week that that choir in Mount Vernon had its fateful rehearsal, and we're so grateful that
Yeah.
he pulled the plug. You know, Eric pulled the plug when he did.
Mhm.
It's the right thing to do.
And do you sing in a local group, or I'm not sure
Yeah, I
where?
do. I sing with a couple groups. I sing with Bremerton Symphony. I'm a chorale member and also a soloist. And then
Mhm.
I sing with Lyrica Ladies Choir
Oh,
out
cool.
of Port Orchard. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody stays as active as they can, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good gathering. I really like this because I miss so much getting together with my friends, and I sing a lot of folk music and singer-songwriter stuff and what have you, and
Mhm.
get together with jams, and that hasn't happened. Really, I miss it so much. So just to be able to sing,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
this has been beautiful, Sally. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
it is
This
Sally.
hard,
is
and
good.
I'm working on it. We're trying to hammer out the technical details, but you know, I'm trying to, as Jake and Elwood said, trying to getting the band back together again,
Yeah.
so that I can have an instrumental ensemble with us for the last session.
Oh, that'd be
And
fun.
but there's the tech. Okay, so there are the technical challenges are finding a mechanism for recording Peggy that is simple enough. Peggy Monroe, our percussionist, it's simple enough that she can handle it. And I think that what we're going to do is I'm going to have a Zoom meeting with her and record the meeting, and that's going to be how I get
Oh, nice.
her drum tracks. But I also have have a new piece of software, free software that I downloaded called Studio One that combines different tracks.
Mhm.
And
Good software.
I don't know anything about
Oh.
what to do with it. I have a Zoom date with a much younger friend of mine tomorrow. He said who told me about the software and is using it, and I said, can you please show me how to use it? So if if Milo comes through and helps me learn how to use the Studio One, then I can get the band back together again. Otherwise, we'll have Peggy. I can play Peggy to do. At least I'm just really aching to have her drum under Stella Splendens, and her and a bell before we start singing Laudemus Virginem.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Gather us together.
Yeah.
Maybe I could add my hurdy-gurdy sometime.
Oh, I love hurdy-gurdies.
Well, and in fact, I was
Sure.
thinking that I wanted to have a drone underneath Yatset Granum. So I had Michael play a D for 3.5 minutes. I tried it. It wasn't pretty, so I had him do it. Because those bow changes were pretty rough. So he's
Wow.
done that. So maybe we'll get that in there too. But that's just one person. I don't need to combine tracks to do that. But I want to, have the harp and the VL band playing at the same time and a little percussion in there. But a lot of technical challenges. Now that I got this Zoom thing down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, listen, I need to go. It's wonderful
Okay.
seeing all of you. Thank you for a lovely evening,
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Yes, looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
Yep. I'm going
Bye.
to sign off too. Thank you so
Okay.
much. It was
Nice
nice
to meet you, Ann.
We'll
Look
see
forward
you
to seeing
Monday.
you.
And I guess I should go too.
Okay, Nancy, I
Get
love
some
seeing you.
dinner.
I love seeing you there.
Oh, this is so lovely. Oh, I've missed the choir so much because I couldn't come when the rehearsals started on Monday nights rather than
Yeah.
Tuesday. So, oh, this is just love because I love this music. So thank you. Thank you from my
Oh,
heart.
you're welcome. You're so welcome. Okay, I'll see you Monday.
You betcha.
Okay.
Okay. Good night.
Bye.
Have fun. Have fun.
Okay.